Why not us, baby? Why not us? Step into my office. Welcome into Denton's office, your favorite Commanders YouTube show. Let me rephrase that. Your NFC Championship bound favorite Commanders YouTube show. What a day Saturday was. If you were with us at Honor Brewery, I appreciate that. If you are not with us at Honor Brewery, keep it locked to my Twitter at the Denton Day. I'll tell you where we're watching the game next week with Washington and Philadelphia. We'll preview that one later in the week. But we got to talk about Saturday. Hot damn. Jayden Daniels again showcasing why he is not just the savior of the franchise, he's a top five quarterback in the NFL. And I got to be honest, he's probably not five. He's higher on that list. Two playoff wins already as a rookie and taken down the number one seed in the Detroit Lions in emphatic fashion. Dare I say, dominating fashion. Count me the negative plays that Jayden Daniels and the offense had on Saturday. There's not a lot. You might say that De'Ami Brown drop. He made up for it. You might say that fourth down attempted flea flicker, which is what that was going to be with Marcus Mariota. I'll give you that one. Outside of that, this offense was nearly flawless against Detroit. Jayden had over 200 yards passing in the first half. He finished with just shy of 300 because he threw like four times in the second half. This entire season, we have been describing Jayden Daniels as Superman. And that is a fair but also not fair description. It's fair because it's accurate. He is Superman. It's not fair because it almost feels like you're selling him short a little bit because he's so good that he's actually more than Superman. But if you're a fan of comics, you know Superman is about as overpowered as it gets. That aside, Jayden Daniels is more than that. And I was trying to wrestle with it this weekend after the game. What is Jayden Daniels? Like, what is the one word that I would utilize to describe him? And it hit me this morning. I was driving in, it's a Monday. I was doing the Monday morning quarterback on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980. It was at 5 a.m. We're going to do it next week as well. It's only a Monday thing while the team's in the playoffs, but we're going to do it next week as well. So lock in for it. But I was driving into the studio and I was like, what is Jayden Daniels? And then, poof, it hit me. He's a healer. Jayden Daniels is a healer. He is healing the franchise. He is healing the city. I can't tell you how jazzed up I am about this. And I'm going to speak for you. I can't tell you how jazzed up you are about this. But I can tell you this. It's the first time you've been this jazzed up since 91. 2012 be damned. The lightning is in the bottle. This is greater than whatever that season was with Robert. It's significantly greater because he is greater. Because whenever the moment gets big, he gets bigger. Pause. Whenever the lights get brighter, he outshines the lights. Whenever it gets a little noisy in Detroit, he shuts them up. Can you believe that was a real talking point? How will the Commanders handle the noise? Bitch, they'll score more. That's how they'll handle the noise. They will shut them up. That's how they will handle the noise, and that's how they handled the noise. He is a top five quarterback after playing like 19 games. How asinine is that? But how true is that? And he wasn't the only one that played great. It would be a disservice to say that the defense didn't step up and forcing turnovers the way that they did. You knew they were going to be a bend, don't break defense because of how high-powered that Lions offense is. Now you look at the stats and you see over 500 yards of total offense and you're like, I don't like that too much, but you'll take the turnovers and you'll take the defense making Jared Goff and Jameson Williams look like pedestrian throwers of the football in comparison to the guy that wears number 5 on his chest. And maybe that is what is the most impressive thing about this. Because in the regular season, it's very easy to call somebody a top 5 quarterback. But when the postseason comes, how do you perform? And every single time, every season, every sport, every team, I don't care. Every time a rookie or a young player gets to the postseason, there is always the talking point, what about experience? He took on Baker Mayfield, who has playoff experience. He took on Jared Goff, who has been to a Super Bowl. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Outplayed them both. He had a QBR of over 90 on Saturday. 90. That's the fifth time this season that he's at a QBR over 90. For example, just for reference, CJ Stroud did not do that a ton his rookie year. Like, not at all his rookie year. And he was the runaway rookie of the year. Like, CJ Stroud prior to this year, you could argue was the greatest rookie quarterback season, certainly in a long, long time, potentially ever. And Jayden has blown it out of the water. He is healing this franchise. He is healing this fan base. He is healing this city. We are back to being a football town. We never really stopped being a football town, but we were displaced. You were taking other things, and I got love for the Nats. I got love for the Caps, even the Wizards. They suck right now. I got love for them. We supplemented their success and filled it in the role of what should have been the success of the football team. But the rat-faced bastard Dan Snyder, out of here. Josh Harris is letting the football people be football people. Adam Peters has done a hell of a job putting a roster together with what was mostly the island of misfit toys everywhere else in free agency. Not a lot of multi-year deals here. Now, there's going to be some people that get a multi-year deal either here or somewhere else based off of their performance this year, but they put together a roster, but it really comes down to they drilled the quarterback. You can be anything in this league if you have a legitimate game changer at quarterback. Game wrecker, game changer, game destroyer for defenses. You can be anything if you have a healer at quarterback, and Washington has its healer. They crushed Detroit 45-31, and mark your calendars, round 3. Washington, Philly for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. This is how you build real rivalries, something this fan base and this organization has been missing. The Dallas rivalry is more so than anything, it's dead. How do you build a new one? You beat them in the playoffs. I can't wait for Sunday, man. We'll preview that later in the week. Hit me on Twitter at the Denton Day. I can't believe this is happening. This is real life for the first time since 91. Our franchise is going to the NFC Championship. Life is amazing. Jayden Daniels is amazing. I appreciate you tuning in. Now, respectfully, get out of my office. It was